I often don't do 2 videos a day, but from time to time, I do, especially when I see a comment in the comment section that perhaps deserves a video or a reply that is more, just in a small paragraph. So, not in today's video, but in yesterday's video, where I said that SHTF, millions of Americans will die. There was a comment there, a very short comment, respectful, and very good. And this is why I always encourage everybody to comment. But one comment in there was along the lines of, so how can we either fix this or mitigate this? Now, the way I took it was like, Billy, you're saying what's going to happen, but you're not giving me anything to fix this. And, my reply was, I beg you not to take this the wrong way. It's not intended that way. But I said in there, I was like, how can I tell you or anyone, how can I fix or mitigate something that I don't know your circumstances or their circumstances? I don't know what your finances or people's finances are. I don't know your location. I don't know your medical needs. I don't know your skills. I don't know your family situation. There's just too many unknowns for me to probably give you an advice that your life will be involved in it, or not involved, but it can cause repercussions if I give you bad advice. So that's why I don't. I always tell people, this is what I do, and take from what I do and implement it to yourself if it fits you and your needs, and then if not, just forget about it. Ignore it. But that, I started thinking afterwards, and I was like, well, Billy, you have been doing videos for a while now, and I looked at my views, and over 1 million views, not 1 million subscribers. No, just in the life of the channel, how many people have seen videos, and over 1 million views. I know, right? Who would have thought that this crazy Cuban would have got 1 million people to click in? Anyways, but the thought, and I started thinking about that, and I was like, but I have give people plenty of content to come out with their own plans. It shouldn't be me coming in here saying you need to do A, B, and C in order to survive SHTF. Because if somebody comes to you and says that to you, you need to do A, B, and C in order to survive, that person is lying to you. It is lying to you. I can come in here and tell you, if you live in Florida, if you prepare this way, this is the way I did it, it was great. If you live here in Alaska now, if you prepare the way that I'm doing, you may be in the right track. But I don't know what to tell you. Even here, when I talk to friends and whatnot, I always ask them, how you doing this? Because if I can improve, you better believe it that I'm going to improve it. If I can take that knowledge, you better believe it that I will. But some people are not the same. Some people are hard-headed. So the way I see it, you cannot fix this. And I'm just gonna say it. You cannot fix it. This is going down. There was a famous story, joke, or whatever we want to call it, back in Cuba, where there was this guy in the elevator, and they had a picture of Fidel Castro in the background, and somebody comes in the elevator, and the person says, hey, where is this going? And the guy in the elevator says, like, this is going down. You understand the reference? Yeah. But there is no fixing this. I'm sorry to say this, but there is no fixing this country. There just isn't. Which is too far gone already. So the only alternative left in here is, how can we mitigate that transition time. It doesn't mean that the United States of America is going to disappear. It's just going to change. That's what it is. It's going to change. Now, somebody else in the comment section in that video said, I think it's going to be 2 years. That was very optimistic. I thank you for your optimism. But I don't think it's going to be 2 years. I think it's going to be way longer than that. The Great Depression was 10 years. And this is going to be way worse. And because the Great Depression, people were more self-reliant. People did not depend on government as much. And quite frankly, people were tougher than what we are nowadays. So I think it's going to plan ahead for more than 2 years. But how can we mitigate this? The SHF is coming. Collapse is coming, no matter what. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. This is coming. Millions of people will die. You got to come to peace with it. It's just going to happen. It's like a pregnant woman crying because she don't want to give birth. Well, guess what? You are. Whether it's C-section, whether it's natural, it is coming. So there's no crying about it. It is coming. So you get what I'm saying? So bam, there you go. That's the thing. There's no fixing. Just the only thing left is mitigation. Mitigation. In this particular case, and I'm being very general because I don't know where people are, your circumstances. I don't know none of that stuff. So I cannot give you a proper plan. All right? So focus on your basics. Focus on the food. So focus on the fact that once you have whatever food you have, it runs out, you're done. So if you cannot grow food, you're in trouble. If water is an issue, water is an issue for us. That's why we're planning to get another 1,000 gallons because our holding tank is 1,000 gallons. We do not have municipal water. We cannot put a well in our property because it's $30,000 to $50,000 with zero. They don't give you a guarantee that you're going to hit good water. So I can't. So I have to either haul water or collect rainwater. Or during winter, melt snow in an emergency. Melting snow is something that you want to avoid. Melting ice is different. But snow, you're going to have buckets of snow for very little water. For drinking water, perhaps, but you need to have your filtration and all of that. So cover your basics. We have talked about that in here. You know what? Just sit down and watch our playlist. You can do that. And I will give you ideas. I'm not going to be giving you recommendations. This is on you. I test this stuff and I share it with y'all. It is completely up to you what you do with that information. Let me give you a good example. Right now, that right there, that Mega 2 is using solar. Look, solar. It is more than enough. And it's running the computer, the lights, the mics. It's running my freezer. In wintertime, it runs my Toyo stove. That's right there. That's what keeps this prepper shed warm. You have to start thinking that way. You have to start thinking of everything's going to go away. So if I don't have it right now, then what? By you thinking that way, if I don't have it right now, then what? Perhaps you can mitigate what is coming. Let me give you another example. Today, we were at the shooting range. We go to the shooting range religiously, at a minimum, once a week. At a minimum. It's also part of Las's school. We homeschool our son. So part of his homeschool is range time. Yeah, you can do that. Definitely do that. So think about it that way. If you don't know how to reload, how are you going to get ammunition coming in? Well, if you don't know how to reload, then you're going to have to stock away. I just pull this one out because I had to fill all the magazines for him because I usually do that. It calms me down. It's one of those things that he was like, hey, Dad, I can go with you and help you. And I was like, no. And these are his. Again, for his school and whatnot. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there you go. That's 22 ammo. I got it just load them all, and the other ones too. So it serves two purposes: school and practice. But we were at the shooting range, and I have seen less and less people nowadays at the shooting range. I have yet to see a parent with a child at the shooting range this year. So people are not doing the things that need to get done. If you don't pass on the knowledge, then you're screwed. Let me give you another example, and this is a good one because I've been doing this and I haven't said anything. But you guys know that one of the things that I use here is a Glock 29. This is my carry. Yes, I know Glocks are ugly, all of that stuff, but they function. And I use a 10 millimeter here for bear protection and whatnot. This is a Glock 29. I carry a Glock 20 when I'm in the wilderness. But what I'm saying here is the Glock 29 got discontinued. So I now have to buy, and I have made several orders now. Got to do it slowly, but I have made several orders to buy parts. I think I show you a few times parts that I have bought, like firing pins, recoil springs, all of that stuff. One of the things that I'm struggling finding is magazines. I found that one when we went to Valdez, and I grabbed it. Just a single one that I had in there. Now the Glock 29 can use Glock 20 magazine, so that's what I use when I go to the range. But I want to have the other ones, the 10 rounders, and I need to get these things too. I have it all, and Midway USA probably going to be ordering more parts next week. But today I ordered an extra 3 magazines. I have a dozen, but this is an example of mitigating a problem. They got discontinued. They're not going to make more. So what do? You have extra parts. I don't know how to make those parts, so get extra parts. The other thing is that people are not going outdoors. They are staying inside more and more and more and getting obese. The moment that people start getting overweight, other complications come along. Stay active. Stay active. You know what? Nobody likes getting sweaty, but it's part of life. It is part of life. Go outside, get a farmer's tan. God knows that I have. Look, I'm halfway. D is the same thing. It's funny because she was like telling me the other day. She's like, and no offense to anybody, but she's like, I am kind of like a little bit more blackish. And I looked at her and I was like, so what's the problem? But she was like, yeah, but only on my hands. Which is funny. Guys, mitigation in this case equals resources. You have the ability to get the resources now. Don't wait. I mean, you're going to go through some hardships. We know that the Great Depression lasts 10 years. We know for a fact that Cuba is still an ongoing SHTF. It is actually even worse right now. I have very close family members still living in there. And even though there's no electricity and whatnot, they still communicate. I'm not asking much because I don't want to get in trouble. Nobody in trouble. It's enough that I was in trouble when I was there. I don't want anybody get involved in political stuff over there and cause them issues. So I don't know how they're charging the phones. I know that my auntie, the only auntie that I have in there, there's no water running. They have to, and they are getting there in age. So things are bad. Way, way worse than I was in there when I wasn't there. So, and that is 60 years XSTF. So think about that. Thank goodness. One of the times that I went to visit, when I think it was Obama that allowed people to go once every 10 years, and I was able to go. That I actually got permission from the Cuban government to go. Yes, it does happen. And I make sure to set their house with, you know, gravity fed tanks and all of that stuff, so they wouldn't struggle in that area. But overall, everyone, you have to think about mitigation. So it's not that you're going to come here and find out how to do it. You got to see what is it you need and go from there. Let me give you the last example. Let's say that you live in an area with a lot of mosquitoes. One of the things that we love is the Termacell. We use this for years. Recently we got these new ones. One is mine, this is mine, and this is Les. And we have been testing it. I'm not going to recommend it yet because I haven't finished my testing. Thus far, it has been good, but I haven't finished. That's the thing too. I don't want to come here and tell you all, this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I do the testing. If you don't want to believe me, that's on you. I will continue to use it no matter what. And I paid this with my money. So I'm testing these things, and I show you all in videos that you can refill, because a lot of people complain about this. You can refill these tanks. I show you all how to do it to save your money. I don't buy these cartridges anymore. I buy these things, the cheapest ones that I can find, and that's it. I show you all how to do it. I'm showing you what I do, and hopefully you can implement it to yourself. That way you can mitigate what is coming. Other than that, you guys, honestly, I can't fix nobody's problems. People have to learn how to fix it on their own. And you have to understand that no matter what, not a single person on this earth can fix everybody's problem. That is impossible. And you also have to understand that no matter how you feel, doesn't matter. This thing is coming, and there is no fixing it. You can mitigate it to an extent, but trust me, even with mitigation in place, they will be suffering. And come to peace, the millions of people will die. That's just how it's going to be. Plain and simple. Anyway, guys, thank you all for being here with me in my second video today. I was not planning to do this. I'm going to be loading Las's magazine, and I hope you have a great one. Bye-bye, everyone.